Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Lisa with Lisa's Faith and Budget Planning channel. I'm excited to be here today because we're doing a budget video. I love budget videos. I don't know why. I'm just a nerd that way. It's just who I am. But I wanted to pop on here and do a face-to-face because I would like to know. Now I've got a small base of subscribers and I do two things. I do my faith talks and then I do my budget videos, and not everybody does both, and I know that, and that's fine. I love that. But I want to know what kind of budget videos you are interested in that I'm not doing that you would love to see, or just a style of budgeting, or what would help you the most. So I know, grab my notes over here. What I normally do is I do my monthly layout in the calendar, and then I do my, flip my page here, I do my monthly budget where I list everything out in just expenses. Some people do variable and fixed expenses. I just do expenses straight through and list them in order of how they come out in there during the month. Those are two ways. I can show both ways. If variable is something you're interested in, I could do one tutorial video on how to set up your variable expenses. It's just not something I typically do. But if you're interested, let me know in the comments. Just write fixed and variable and I'll know that's a tutorial video that somebody would like to see. Also, I do paycheck to paycheck budgeting, and I love those sheets. I love paycheck to paycheck budgeting. That's how my brain thinks. That's how I see my numbers mostly, and I enjoy that. So you get to see that all the time. And I started doing my weekly check-ins as well. I do it a little different than most YouTubers, where I don't start out with my monthly amount and go down. I budget something for the week, and then every week it's divided out for the month. So if there's another way or something that you would like to see in the weekly check-in that you would like, maybe you do it a different way and you kind of want to see me do it with my numbers, let me know. Basically, I can do pretty much any budget style with the numbers that I have. And I could do a tutorial and show those. So those are things I'm kind of thinking in. I do transaction logs, sinking funds, and debt tracker. Don't do a saving log or a savings tracker because I'm not saving right now, but I will be starting January 1st. That's when my husband and I are going to buckle down and get that 6 months of expenses, and we're going to start the new year fresh. I'm going to do annual expenses tracker again. I sell these in my Etsy store, these budget sheets on how to set up your annual expenses for the year and how much could that projected to be, even if the numbers change. And actually at the end of this year, I will take what I did earlier and a few months ago and do my actuals and see what the difference is between two and see if I was thinking correctly and how much we actually needed. So I'm excited about that video, but that has to wait until the end of the year, of course. Let's see, I'm trying to think of other kind of budget videos that are done out there that you might be interested in. If you have something, let me know. Put it in the comments below, email me, whatever you're more comfortable with. And let's see what we can do in this community. I would love to hear your thoughts and feedback about that. So let's get back into the budget, and I'm doing my weekly check-in. Okay, I am back. Welcome to my channel. I'm excited because I'm doing a weekly check-in, and I still like doing the weekly check-ins, even though they're a little harder for me and still working out the bugs and how I want to do them, but I really like doing them. I'm having a good time with it. I'll probably adjust how I'm doing it next month to be closer to my transaction logs that I have, that I'm used to running, like a check register for each category. And I'll just go ahead and show you my transaction logs here. You're gonna see, and I'm gonna zoom you in a little bit because I have had requests from people to zoom in and look at my numbers a little bit better. So I'm gonna zoom in and then I'll move the calendar around for you to see everything. So as you can see here, what I do is I give myself a budget for the first paycheck, and then I give myself a budget for 2 weeks for the second paycheck, because it's usually 2 weeks long, and then whatever the last part of the budget is for the end of the month, that's what I do. And this is how I've got broken up this. To make this closer to my weekly check-in, that's how I did it. And I like it. I really do. I'm going to tweak that a little more for next month on my budget, but as you can see here, I'm not showing that I'm over budget and grocery household, but you're going to see I spent more than I planned for grocery household, and it's going to be negative. This is actually part of next week's numbers for week 3. Because I do 2 weeks at once here, it doesn't go negative until I run out. And it's only negative when I really start eating into week 4 budget during week 3. So I don't know if that made sense, but if it didn't, let me know and I'll try to fix that later. But here's my restaurant. See, we have $86 for grocery household. We have $82.14 for our restaurants. For next week, week 3, we have $48 left actual for miscellaneous for week 3, and then I still have that $7.30, which we're not going to need gas until maybe the end of the month, so we're good there. Now, the weekly check-in part is not going to show that. So weekly check-in, those numbers are going to be completely different. So I'm zoomed in here, and I'm trying to show my calendar as best as possible. So this is the first 2 weeks, first half of the second week, and we're going to add up all our groceries, and we're going to check that off and go forward from there. Now, these budget sheets that you're seeing, all of them, I created in my Etsy store, and it's Lisa's Faith Budget Plan in the Etsy store. And yeah, just go and check me out. I'll have a link down below in the description box. I have new products coming in. I will be doing, I've got September budget sheets in there. I'm going to be doing October, November, and December budget sheets all at once this week. So hopefully all of those will be in if you want to get like all of the budget sheets coming up. They're relatively inexpensive, and you can pick and choose which sheets you like the best. So you're only buying what you need, or you can buy pretty much a package bundle, and it's cheaper. So then that way you can test and try out what sheets work best for you and which ones don't. I'm really excited about the products. I love all the graphics that I chose, and I can't wait to dive in there. So here we go. So we have 2 Food Lions here last Sunday on the 6th. Let's turn this on. Let's see what that is. $13.72 and $16.59. And then I had a Food Lion for $59.22. And then I have, let me slide this over, make sure I'm in frame. There we go. A Walmart for $93.03. And a Dollar General for $12.39. All right, so that brings the total to $194.95. So what I'm noticing is I average about $200 a week, sometimes $300 a week. Where did I go? Oh, there it is. So here is my weekly check-in, and we are on week 2. I'm just gonna kind of fold this over because I don't need the other side right now. And we spent $190. Oops, I am using the wrong pen. Hold on a second. I like to match the colors. Any excuse to use my purple pen I'm going to use. There we go. Okay, $194.95. So that's way over. But you got to remember, because my husband got paid on the 4th, all that money covered this second week and the third week down here. And that is where that extra money is coming from. I'm not like using credit cards or going over budget in the sense that I don't have enough money in my budget. I just kind of borrowed from the next week and got what I needed. And it gets a little tighter when it gets to this week, but I always make do, so it's not that big a deal. And I have a big enough buffer in my checking account that I can borrow from and kind of replenish as time goes on. It just washes out in the end. It's really, when I started really looking at my budget, I feel like it's very weird. So anyway, so let's go ahead and do the math on this. It's 81.48 minus 194. Obviously it's over $100 that I took from next week. 113.74. Now that leaves me $80 some next week, I do believe, but we'll see. Negative 113.47, and we'll do that math later. All right, so now let's do what we have for, sorry, there we go. What's the next category? Restaurants. So I have a Chick-fil-A, which is $32.69, and then Panera Bread and Burger King. I met with a friend to go to Panera, $11.68, and we had lunch together. It was awesome. And then $11.25, and then I had my husband met with a friend and had McDonald's and coffee and all that stuff. And then we ordered Chinese food and left a generous tip because we really like them. And then we always have Papa John's on Friday, $39.12. And that is it for restaurants. So we have spent $135.27 in restaurants. So let's put that in here. Oops, my stuff is moving all over the place. Okay, $135.27. Let's see how over budget or how much I borrowed from the week 3 to cover all this. So we started with $87.41 and we are finished with $135.27. Puts us, I borrowed $47.86 from week 3. So let's move on from there. Now we're going to add up all the totals for our miscellaneous. And miscellaneous, I just could not, I did not want to spend money on Saturday, and you'll see on Saturday, I just could not stop myself. It was like, I was like, forget it, I'm getting it. And I'm like, man, I shouldn't have done that. So I wanted to get a big clock for my son's classroom that we set up. And because he's used to being in a classroom that has a clock that he can just kind of glance up. Even though there's a clock on the computer that he's working at, it's small. I just felt that familiarity of having that big clock, and it was only like $10-15 or something, would help him, you know, still feel like more of a classroom and more of him working in a similar environment he was in before. So I got a mouse for my son, my other son's laptop. We bought him a laptop, and we took that out of our checking account buffer, and you'll see that later when I do my paycheck to paycheck budgeting. I didn't put in miscellaneous because it would have taken up all the miscellaneous, so we just took it out of the buffer. Let's see, and I keep $300 to $500 in our checking account buffer, so that works out pretty good. My husband got some kind of license, this Virginia Department of something, and I'm not sure what it is, and it was only $25, so it was no big deal. I just put it under miscellaneous because it's a random thing. Let's see. King Amazon purchase, I can't remember what this was, $23.30. And then, so Etsy, this is something I could have waited on, but after I bought, I didn't realize it until after I bought it. So I was like, daggone it. And then this purchase, I bought sweatpants for my son because now that he's doing school at home, he's not wearing his jeans like he would to school. So his back to school wardrobe is sweatpants. So he's comfortable in that. And I'm like, okay. So we spent $114.34 in our budget for You know, I just did not even check off anything. Like I said, I'm not used to the weekly check-in at all. So I forget to do the little check marks. I usually do them after. So I did the Papa John's, the Peking, the McDonald's, Panera, Burger King, Chick-fil-A, and I did the Food Lion, Walmart, and Dollar General. Okay, so I did them all. Yay! All right, so let's go to the weekly check-in and put that number in because we did not buy gas, so there's nothing for gasoline. And you can see we're over budget because we borrowed part of the gas money that we needed in week 2. But when we go into week 3 and you'll see the numbers, it'll be back in positive numbers and it's not that big a deal. Yeah, I went a little over budget. I just could not stop spending. I just felt like there was this need, and I don't know if it was anxiety or stress or what I was doing, but it's what I did. So, all right. And I'm just now exploring why I spend or what makes me spend and things like that. So I'm learning what my triggers are during the pandemic and trying to figure out what is making me spend the way I do. So, and I'm excited coming up, and I don't know if you guys follow Rachel Cruz. She's one of the Dave Ramsey personalities. She has a book coming out, and I need to pre-order that book. And it talks about emotions and spending and all of that, why you spend the way you spend. And I am definitely getting that book, and I want to see if that book can help me understand what's going on. So that's exciting coming up. Okay, I didn't spend anything there, so I'm still negative $22.70. All right, let's dive into this. All right, this column's already been added up. Now, I only had $245.69 budgeted to work with. I borrowed a lot from week 3, so let's see how much I actually spent. I have the $194.95 plus the $135.27 and $114.34. All right, so this is what we actually spent, $444.56. So the cool thing is my goal was $470 a week. I actually stayed within my goal, but I overspent so much here that I borrowed from this week and now I'm all negative numbers. I like seeing that. I like that I can see I am spending $470 or less a week, and that's okay. That is really cool. I'm so glad I got to see that. So let's add up these negative numbers. 113.47 plus 47.86 plus 14.84 plus 22.70. All right, so I'm negative 198.87. This is the scary part because when I do a cross, I don't know if it's actually going to add up right, and I have to go figure out if I did something wrong. And if that happens, then I will just do it and check in with you guys later. But let's see if it actually works. 245.69 minus 444.56. There we go. Oh my gosh, it worked. So yes, the negative number this way and this way works. So yes, I am on track and I am doing my numbers right, and that is a hallelujah. I love that it worked. I know I'm such a nerd. It's ridiculous. But this looks really good. And I think I'm doing really well. I know I've borrowed $200 from this week out of the $470, so that gives me $270. But I also know that on Friday, my husband gets paid. So Friday and Saturday, there's an influx of money coming in. So that will change things. I'm probably going to do my weekly check-in a little bit different going forward. Let's go ahead and write out for week 3 and show what week 3 is going to start with. But after this month, I'm definitely changing how I do this because it's not matching up with how my husband gets paid. So, grocery, household, restaurants, miscellaneous, and gasoline. All right, so we always start with each week gets this $470 amount, and these are how they're broken down per category. So that's the starting number. I'm going to subtract these negative numbers to get my new balance here. So let's go ahead and do that. So let's see if I am on camera here. All right, 200 is, oops, 200 is what I wanted to budget for groceries, but I borrowed so much that, ooh, I'm gonna keep borrowing to the end of the month. 113.47. So it gives me a new balance of $86.53. I might be able to do that. I already bought the meats for this week coming up for dinner, so I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see. Knowing me, I will probably not have enough. Let's see. Next one is restaurants. That one is 130. And we're gonna subtract, make sure I hit that button, 47.86. And that is going to be 82.14. And then, let's see, the next one is miscellaneous. That's 110. And we're going to subtract the 14.84. So that's not too bad. Still gives me $95. And let's pray I stay in that budget. That's the one category I want to stay in for sure. Now, we're giving self $30 for gasoline here, and minus the $22.70. Oh, somebody's got loud music outside. And as you can see, $7.30 matches my transaction log, which is pretty cool. And I wonder if all these numbers match. So let's go back. All right, so we're gonna go back to my transaction log. So here's the gasoline. And yep, $7.30 matches. Now the miscellaneous doesn't quite match. It's $48, and I wrote $95. But I'm not adding yet the 110 and all that stuff. Let's see. But I do know the restaurant was showing 82.14. There it is. And 82.14 for restaurant. That's awesome. So 82.14, and then I did the restaurant here, 82.14 as well. Sorry, it looks kind of funky on here. And then 86.53, 86.53. So everything's matching up. Wow, that's awesome. I'm gonna zoom you guys out. Give me 1 second. There we go. So, looks like everything is matching up for all my categories. And it's matching up for my categories with my weekly check-in, which is really awesome here. The grocery matched up with what I had listed left over for the rest of week 3 in my transaction log. The restaurant did as well. And then when I add in the 110 and whatever, the miscellaneous, I'm gonna have to double check that. I'm pretty sure it's accurate, but I'll double check that and make sure. But it was different, and the gas matched up. So that is awesome to see that week 3, everything's pretty much, all the important categories are matching up perfectly. That is exciting to see. I'm trying to figure out what, oh, I had the numbers cheat sheet over here. Oh, goodness gracious. So, okay, I am popping back into this video. It's going to be a little awkward because I noticed a mistake and I did not realize it. And now after I finished the video, I decided to go back and, okay, what is this mistake? Because that's like quite a bit of money that's in a mistake. And it was actually 2 transactions I forgot to do expense stickers for to put on my calendar. And I actually spent that money on this no spend day. And I'm like, daggone it. I thought I had a no spend day this week, but I didn't. I'm determined not to have one today. This is when I'm recording on the 13th. So I'm actually going to leave the sticker there. And then when I have another no spend day, because these are removable and I can put it somewhere else on the calendar, then I'll put it there. But this is what happened. And I'm going to pull out my, and it was all in my miscellaneous category. So what I discovered is I actually spent money on the 8th. Let me zoom you guys in a little bit because I know that helps to see what's going on. There we go. Well, not a little bit, it's a whole lot, but okay. You're gonna see here that on this no spend week or day that I actually spent twice. I did an Office Max and I did an Amazon. My son wanted a chair mat because he couldn't pull his chair up on carpet, rolling chair, close to the desk enough. So he asked for something to help him with that. And I found one on Amazon. This is the cheapest price I have found anywhere. So for those plastic mats that go on the floor for carpet, Amazon had them for like $29.35. The one I found is supposed to be here tomorrow, which is Monday. And then Office Max had, I had to get him a file box. I didn't have to. It just made life easier. And I know I will repurpose this file box. It's plastic, it's durable, it's got a lid on top, and it's going to be easy for him to put papers in and out instead of a notebook. I don't know, notebooks just don't seem to work for him very well. So I have this file box next to him by his side of the desk, and he can kind of put papers in. So as I print them for him for his classes. So these are the two transactions. So that's why it did not line up properly on here. You can see it says 95.16. And I thought, well, if all the other categories were correct, that had to be way off for some reason. And then I referred back to this miscellaneous and discovered that's the reason why it's way off. So I'm going to fix this, and you're going to be with me as I fix this. I'm going to stick this back in my section here. I just love a system like this. It just makes life so much simpler. So I'm going to erase what this says. And sorry if I'm shaking the camera. It's attached to my desk. And I'm just making a mess over here with this. All right, so what I'm gonna do is, I gotta change this number too because miscellaneous is gonna be over budget even more. Alrighty, and I need to erase this because this is a bigger number now. Oh. But that's why a weekly check-in is so good, to pop in, check your numbers and go, wait a minute, did I do something that I don't realize I didn't do? So I'm going to put these two transactions in that are not in my calendar. And I have them on stickers here. So there's my Amazon. I like using tweezers. It makes life easier, I think. I can place it exactly the way I want. There we go. There's that one. And then let's put the Office Max. I can't believe I left this out and really thought I had a no spend day. I spent every day this week, this past week. And that's life. That's what I do. Spur of the moment, spontaneous spending. That's what I do. All right. And it may be a mystery that I never solve, and I'm okay with that. All right, now that we have our numbers, let's get our accurate numbers again. And I'm going to add up the Amazon 3071, Office Max 3071 plus Office Max 1801 plus 2935 plus 25, and then let's go over here. Amazon for $23.30, and then Etsy, let's see, $9.36, and then $25.97. All right, so I have 161.70. Let's see if that number works better. All right. Got it all turned cockeyed on you, sorry. All right. 161.70. So 99.5 minus 161.70 equals $62.20 that I borrowed from week 3. I'm making it over budget for week 2, and then I'm gonna add next week's amount, which is 110, 47.80. Perfect. That's exactly what my ledger says, or my transaction log says for my miscellaneous. So now that I've got that all straight, and I'll show you the miscellaneous. Here we go, 47.80. Now that matches. Now all my transaction logs match with week 3 category, and I'm ready for the next spending. Oh, I was off screen. I'm sorry. So I changed that to 47.80, and it matches the miscellaneous. And yeah, I'm glad I figured that out. So I really hope you liked this video. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more of these videos or have suggestions of videos that you would like to see, please put a comment in the comment section below. Subscribe to my channel, and I hope you have an amazing and blessed day. Thank you. Bye.